but we found out that Paul said, about a few days later, after I'd gotten this information, he says, have I got news for you? And I said, I wonder what this is, And he says, we need you to get things ready for the General Definitory and the NAPCC to come and meet at your place. And I said, what? How long have you known? He says, well, we've only got about a month. Our reservations in Pittsburgh fell through completely, and we have no other place except here. And so Bill and I put it out, and the guys responded. It was a magnificent time. It was so we had the whole gang from the General Curia here. We had the provincial council. We had all the other provincials from the North America. I think it was just the NACCC at that time, North American Capuchin Conference, and it was a delightful several days, and a great intra-fraternal experience interfraternal experience. I'm getting my inters and intras mixed up, aren't I? But yeah, the larger picture of friars, of fraternity, from all, and really raising an awareness, I think, for our men in formation at that point, that the province was part of a much bigger picture. And that started to have a certain reality to it in that second 3 years. And it was a great thing to have happen to start off the last of my 3 years here. The concrete dust for the third term, the construction dust, came from the front part of the second floor when we redid the guardian's office and the front bathroom block there. And we were on a roll. We were thinking, well, we might as well just follow through on the swing. So we had construction dust there. But it turned out very nice. I think I spent a year in the new office before I was assigned to Philadelphia. One person that I want to bring up that kind of walked through those whole 9 years or so that I'm talking about, not a friar, but beloved to many of us, was a woman named Claudia Little. Claudia was our cook, and she was just a love. She was a sweetheart of a woman, an incredibly good cook, and very solicitous to the friars. Not at all unlike your current guardian angel in the kitchen. Stand up, Andrea, please. Thank you for your work. She's a wonderful addition to the fraternity, and Claudia had the same kind of interest, and just a hardworking, conscientious, good person. It was a privilege for many of us to know her. Unfortunately, she developed cancer and died shortly, with about a year left for me to be here, and we had a heck of a time trying. You just can't replace people like that, and so it was hit or miss for a lot there. But the 9-year period overall was really marked by this emerging sense of the province not being so enclosed. I remember when I was a student, and Joe Mindling was the guardian. We were getting ready for our perpetual profession. There used to be a perpetual profession program, and it was not, it had gone off the books. And so Joe said, well, what do you want to do? And our request is pretty simple. We said, we've never seen any other province of the order ever. Can we go visit some other province or a couple of provinces just to get some other sense of how other Capuchins live their life? And he was very open to that. We ended up going to New York and New Jersey. Had 2 great Broadway shows put into that for us. But it was a great experience for us, but it was just the tip of the spear of this experience that we're living right now with friars from all over the world. One of the fruits of that first gathering of the General Curia and the NACC was the start of the Lotto Summers here. Something that's still going on. And it's just been a delight for all of us to have these brothers from all over the world come and live with us for, it seemed, too brief a time, but we've gotten around that by having brothers come and stay longer now. And so it just makes this house such a wonderful house of not just of the province, but of the order to be able to come to and be with and stay with. The earmark thing, of course, of that last time that I was here was 9/11. I was sitting in the former office up on the 3rd floor of the Guardian's office getting ready for a staff meeting, and Bill Wheathorn stuck his head in the door and said, "You got to come downstairs because somebody's flown a plane into the Pentagon and I don't know what's going on." I'm thinking, how does he know this? You know, and it was on TV already. But I remember on that day, the Bishops' Conference was meeting at their new offices down on 4th Street, and a prayer gathering for prayer was announced for noon at the shrine, and this was like 9:30 in the morning that I'm getting the news and this stuff is starting to happen. But by noon, the shrine was filled, packed. I think, Sean, you were here at that time, and up on in the front there. Wonderfully coordinated, wonderfully, it was well preached, well attended, and a very prayerful experience for the world and this country in a time of need. So, you see, you'll always remember where you were on 9/11, just like Joe mentioned where you were when Kennedy was assassinated. But I'll always remember where I was here for much brighter things than 9/11. It's always a place I love coming back to and catching up with the friars and meeting the newer breed that comes along. So it's good to be back with you, and thank you.
Amen.